Welcome everybody to the CCA League Season 5 Semifinals. I am DRF, joined by my co-commentator tonight, Cygnus, to bring you the start of the Division 6 semifinals here. We have two fantastic teams that are ready to battle it out for a spot in the coveted Division 6 finals. Auburn Navy out of Auburn University taking on Coyotes Blue from California State University, San Bernardino. Cygnus, how are you doing, my friend?
I am doing very well today, and I am very excited to see these matches. How about you, DRF?
Hey, it's a day full of collegiate Splatoon, so it is in fact a good day. As these teams are pretty much readied up for us here, they are not going to waste any time. As we get geared up to look towards game number 1, it will be Clamblitz on Inkblot Art Academy to get things kicked off for us today. So I'm really excited to see these two teams square off here. They've had quite the seasons up to this point. Auburn Navy and Coyotes Blue have yet to, I'm going to say lose a match. I think Coyotes Blue did forfeit one in the middle of the season, but no one has beaten them in a best of 7 or best of 9 set so far, Cygnus, as we load on into game number 1.
Yeah, definitely. And here we are on Inkblot Art Academy in Clamblitz, kicking off the semifinals here in Division 6. As right away, we're seeing two comps that immediately feature a lot of aggression. I mean, I'm seeing the Gluga Doolies Deco on the side of Coyotes Blue and the Dapples Nouveau coming from Auburn Navy. Both very interesting and aggressive duelie picks right off the bat.
Yeah, really fascinating picks here. And honestly, one of the reasons that I do love Division 6 is that we do get a look at a lot of these less conventional weapon picks sometimes, and it's very exciting, at least for me personally, because I always love to see weapon diversity in these matchups. But early on here, Cygnus, it is Auburn that seems to have the slight edge as they continue to maintain most of control of mid, but Coyotes Blue doing a great job of holding them off from pushing onto their plat.
Yeah, Auburn definitely did a good job capitalizing off of that early double kill that they got. As we see a trade happen here, both sides are down a lot of players. Auburn Navy having a 1-player advantage for now, as they do have a power claim on the left, but we are seeing some good defense being played by that Coyotes Blue to keep them at bay, just enough to stop this from being a really big advantage as we see the power claim go down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Another bit of back and forth here in mid, as it's Coyotes Blue that now have the slight advantage and are trying to work their way up towards plat. It's Delphox that's underneath the basket now, able to get a trade, but not enough to get their team into plat with clams to score. It's Coyotes Blue looking for some blood here, but no clams to follow up on the objective. And this will once again make this game return to a bit of a neutral state here, as Coyotes Blue trying to respawn as quickly as possible. Auburn on the move now. It's Ken trying to lead the way here, able to utilize some of that long range off of that ballpoint, but no, gonna get shut down by the Octobrush. Gonna be a bit of a trade. That's gonna be 3 down on the side of Auburn once again. Back to neutral.
So many swings. There's just been so many swings here early on. Teams looking like they're about to take a big advantage in pushing up, but the defending team just saying no thank you and getting those big kills that they need to reset the state of the game. As we see Auburn Navy now pushing up with 2 power claims here at the ready. They have a big claims advantage in numbers here, though they are also two numbers down, and we are seeing the Octobrush from Coyotes Blue invading their base with that Zipcaster, causing a lot of chaos, forcing Auburn to take a step back.
Yeah, and what's really been interesting so far here is that it feels like Auburn has done a really great job of playing around the objective, but Coyotes Blue has been the main aggressors and have just been trying to find picks every which way possible, and just has made it so difficult thus far to make sure that Auburn gets a push off. And finally, we might be seeing the first score of the game here. No, it's gonna be shut down. Delphox had a good look at it, and we are reaching the 3.5 minute mark in this game, and nobody has scored yet.
Yeah, this has just been incredible. I'm like having to remember to to blink to take my eyes off the because I don't want to take my eyes off the action here, as we're seeing the team still just jockeying for position. Auburn still enjoying that claim advantage they've had for majority of this match, but Coyotes Blue is playing a very strong defense.
Absolutely, as it looks like Auburn getting ready to make a move here. The Inkjet is going to get recalled, but that ballpoint's going to be forced back, going to be jumping across the map in quick fashion here, utilizing that cooler. And now with 21 clamps on their side, Auburn looking for a window of opportunity with that brush going down. These tricks coming out. This could be exactly what they're looking for. Moving on in now. The power clamp coming up from behind, but no, going to get shut down. A massive stop from Coyotes yet again.
Oh yeah, and we are within the final minute of the match now. We just passed the mark of 45 seconds left, and neither team has even scored yet. Yet in this game, this hasn't even felt like it's been going on forever, because it's been so fast paced and so much has been happening.
It has, but look at this, Cygnus. Coyotes Blue with 3 specials online in the closing 30 seconds. No power clams, but they do have enough to form one. They're going to start passing around some clams here. A bit of hot potato between the Coyotes of San Bernardino as they are looking to get a push off. But no, the power clam carrier gets shut down again. It seems like every time someone builds up a power clam, they get shut down. And with 2 down on the side of Coyotes, this could be a jumping opportunity. Yes, it is, Cygnus. And right in the nick of time, Ken with the dagger to claim game 1 for Auburn.
That game was just an instant classic, extremely well played by both teams down to the wire, but right as overtime started, Auburn Navy got that crucial double kill coming from those Dapple Doolies to give them the space they need, had the right members back up, throw the tri-strikes and move it in with the tacticooler and get just that one power clam in to take an extremely narrow but very crucial Game 1 victory here.
I think, is an understatement here, as it felt like in that game, every single time someone built up a power clam, they just became enemy number 1, and both teams were on the hunt for those power clam carriers. It never felt like anyone was able to hold on to a power clam for more than 15 seconds because they would just quickly go down with it. So both teams really wanted to make sure that the other team just was not in a position to score. And of course, at the end, Auburn said, hey, everyone's been trying to run it up the ramp. Just let's play it safe. We're going to get the jump in, and executed that jump to perfection right when they had gotten 2 picks to open up that plat for them. And it seemed like even then that the jump didn't come in at quite the right position either. And they kind of had to score from like very underneath the basket. So even then it was a little bit of a close call, but Auburn on top here in game 1.
Yeah, definitely. And as stated earlier, that final push was able to happen just because of just really good special coordination and timing coming from Auburn Navy there. You had the tri-strikes causing chaos at the basket area. You had the tacticooler just accelerating the speed at which the power clam was able to get in. And of course they had that crucial numbers advantage, which will be even more effective as we go into splat zones on Barnacle and Dime here in game number 2, where playing splat zones on the map that can be this compact, every kill will count.
It certainly will, as like you said, this is one that every kill does matter, because the minute that you find yourself going 2 or 3 down, that's gonna be the green light for the opposition to try and initiate a lockout. And you just need to be so careful with that, as taking a look at these compositions, Cygnus, it seems like Coyotes Blue actually going to be sticking mostly with what they had, except with Delphox switching over to that Octobrush Nouveau. But Auburn with a couple of spicy changes here, bringing out that custom Explo and this Bloblobber.
Yeah, very interesting. They definitely seem to be focusing for this match in splat zones on being able to have to outrage and outspace their opponents, and much more on area control, which definitely contrasts with Coyotes' Blue approach of sneaking around, taking control of key points, and going for kills, as we see Auburn Navy is doing a very good job of suppressing the beacons that Delphox is trying to place to allow Coyotes Blue those ways to break the zone that Auburn's AVE's weapons allow them to oppressively set up. They're already down to 20 points remaining on the countdown.
Oh, and this is not looking good for the Coyotes. Numbers disadvantage, clock ticking away. It's the splashdown coming out to try to end it, but no, it's a neutral zone. Delphox trying to come in to save the day, but Auburn holds on and takes a quick second game here to go up 2-0 in this set.
Wow. I just love how much Auburn Navy was able to adapt their comp, and so quickly. They're playing a comp with a very different playstyle than what they played in Game 1, but they were able to move to it too quickly, so quickly. You could tell they knew what they were doing with those weapons. Each member knew what their job was, when and where, and this shows why Auburn Navy, in fact, this season has yet to lose a single game in splat zones.
Absolutely. Splat Zone's Barnacle and Dime, though. If you're Coyotes Blue, you just have to kind of shrug this one off because it is very lockout heavy. I'm of the opinion that
Definitely.
like Splat Zones B and D just, I don't know. I just don't know why we put this so high up on our map lists. So, you know, at the end of the day, though, hey, it's here. We're playing it. Auburn, excellent job on initiating that lockout, though, to make it so difficult. Coyotes, once again, kind of sniffed the zone there, had a good look at it, but just weren't able to fully capitalize on that opportunity there. So, hey, now you're in an 0-2 hole, but Tower Control, Hagglefish Market on deck here, Cygnus. Another opportunity for the Coyotes to get on the board.
Definitely. Well, yeah, and this is one where just, again, taking good control, playing around the objective, controlling the area around it is going to be so crucial. In particular, I'm definitely going to want to look out for seeing how these teams play around the situations after the first checkpoint point when the tower is approaching that perch in the corners. I think that area is going to be the key spot to go to keep an eye on in this map.
Yeah, fantastic point there as we go bringing out the S-Blast. Okay, wow. All right, I vibe with this choice. I'm actually kind of surprised that we don't see the S-Blast more on tower control, because I think that the combination of just having Blaster Booyah Bomb is, you know, very, very effective. So very excited to see how this pick shakes out. And meanwhile, it seems like the Coyotes Blue just making a slight change to come up with the vanilla Jet Squelcher there. So a couple of interesting adjustments, small ones though, but good adjustments from both these teams nonetheless.
Yeah, I definitely like the move to the vanilla Jet Squelcher. The vanilla Jet Squelcher here, especially with a moving objective like tower control. The rain isn't as valuable with the tower going on that set path, but the ink vacuum, I feel, can provide a lot of really good utility of protecting a tower position, especially for allowing you through those checkpoints.
Oh, and that's 3 down on the side of Auburn, but Auburn was able to find 2 as well to limit the Coyotes' potential push here. And now everybody back into play here as this tower just is not going anywhere. Both teams playing very carefully, waiting for the other team to make the mistake, as Game Boy is going to get a nice trade there with Ketchup. And once again, 2 down on the side, make it 3 down on the side of Auburn. And Coyotes Blue looking really good early on here as these trip strikes are not going to find the tower. But oh no, is this... Oh no, I think someone's going to disconnect here. Yeah.
Oh no,
okay.
Yep.
So,
oh, you hate to see it.
Yep, yeah. Well, this one will be a replay. We are early enough on into this game that we will go ahead and... These teams have went ahead and just settled down here. Gonna go ahead and end the lobby. I will go ahead and do it on their behalf because it seems like we're all set on making sure that this is a replay. So. All right.
Yeah, just a very unfortunate turn of events to what was a very exciting start. It was a very exciting start to Game 3, but these things happen in Splatoon. We know this.
Yep. And it took out half the lobby.
Networks got angry today.
Okay, so everyone seems to be on the same page here. We're gonna go ahead and replay
Yeah.
this one. I think multiple people disconnected. So, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think this will end up charging a replay to either team. It just
There were DCs on both sides.
there was DCs on both sides. So let me go ahead and communicate that to the teams just so everyone's on the same page. And we'll get right back into this game in just a moment. Yeah, Cygnus, it's early on though in that game. It seemed like that we were at a pretty big stalemate there. Just nothing was going on. You know, we were getting picks on both sides, but the objective was staying pretty put.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think right before the disconnects happened, I think we were starting to see Coyotes Blue having the making of a good push as they're pushing that perch with a Jet Squelcher on tower that had an ink vacuum at the ready. I think we might have been able to see something coming up there.
Yeah, let's see. They are going to have to stick with those same weapons, unless they bring in a substitute. But as far as I can tell right now, everyone is coming back in. So we'll go ahead and just run it back. Everybody's on the same weapons, and see what happens.
Yes, this is definitely one of the most Splatoon 3 moments we could have had happen in this game, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So checking in, I don't think we have any subs.
Yes.
Confirming, Auburn said, hey, we're good to go. We're just going to click the A button. And San Bernardino, I'm pretty sure, yeah, no one else came in here. So,
Yeah, they are.
All right. So no weapon changes. Then everyone should press A and we'll get going here once again. But I did really like the look of San Bernardino coming into that game though. They honestly had a solid start, just were not able to capitalize on the objective. So I'm excited to see them have another go at it here because it was a promising game for them to start. So let's take a look how this ends up shaking out here as we get the real opportunity to see the action go down.
Yes, here we go. Game 3, Part 2 starts here. As you see, both teams just coming in playing. You're seeing Coyotes Blue having we're a 3-1-up format, having like one flanker having. We're seeing a fight immediately starting here on the left side, as well as at the tower, with just two fights happening immediately right away. And once again, neither side is able to control the tower that much so far early on.
Yeah, but Auburn looking good here. Delphox, the
Yep.
last person standing from San
very
Bernardino, not going to be able to find a pick here, but was in a great position to find a stop, but not going to be able to do so, as now it's Auburn progressing towards that first checkpoint. 73 points remaining and counting. First checkpoint starting to go down. This Jet Squelcher trying to get the stop but not going to be able to do so. But the T-Tech did stretch themselves a little bit far there and ends up paying the price, as now Auburn getting a few jumps in and actually able to capitalize. Delphox going to try to put some pressure onto this ballpoint, who is going to just keep the play from the Inkjet to kind of just squid bag back onto the tower and force the checkpoint.
I never get tired of seeing cool Inkjet plays like that. Just one of the most exciting specials to watch in this game, in my opinion. Although it appears Coyotes Blue Bay have finally got the stop that they wanted, with Auburn now being 2 down, and they are maintaining control of mid. We're seeing the Zuka coming out from the side of Coyotes Blue. It's not going to get any picks, but it is going to at least control space as they deal very well with the flanker from Auburn, and immediately getting another Trizuka already as they finally take the tower and start putting points on the board.
Yeah, and they do that back at the ready. Perfect time for it to come out as they reach that first checkpoint. They should clear this first checkpoint with relative ease. Looks like someone coming up on the top right side, possibly. No, might not be there actually. So this will be an opportunity for Coyotes to tighten this gap and possibly search for the lead. But no, they're gonna have to back off this tower for just a moment as these trip strikes push them out of the way. Wait, was that a triple or a quad on the Zuka?
Incredible job on the Trizuka by Ketchup there. Oh my goodness, that was at the very least a double. I think you were right on it possibly being more. And the Coyotes Blue members are going to the tower. They have taken the lead now by 4 points, but Auburn has now gotten a wipeout after waiting for them at that area, and they are resetting the tower and taking back control of mid while they can. It is still only a 4-point difference, not necessarily that much that Auburn has to make up, especially with those checkpoints having been broken through.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry to Ketchup for putting the camera on the wrong person at the wrong time, because that was sick. Like, so I'll have to go back and ask for a replay code of that one, because what a play there, as Auburn continuing their push to try to recapture the lead here, but not going to be able to find it as they go 3 down. So with a minute 30 to play, Coyotes Blue looking to win their first game of this set and are in position to do so, but need to hold on for an additional 90 seconds here and just make sure that Auburn isn't able to match that push. But so far it seems things are going pick for pick at this stage.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking seeing what Delphox was doing there, playing the skirmisher role very well. Not necessarily getting picks, but just causing enough of a distraction to force Auburn Navy to look away from the objective for just a little bit. But Auburn are the ones advancing the tower up, but that is quickly stopped by the defense of Coyotes Blue. Both sides have men down. Both sides have their backliners with a special at the ready. This game is still very much up for grabs as we see the ink vac deploying from Coyotes Blue as well.
Oh, and a bit of a battle here with the blaster and the shot. Able to win that one out, but the blaster of Auburn is the last person standing, trying to keep something alive here. Gonna toss down that Booyah Bomb, but not able to find anyone on their way back to spawn. 20 seconds to play. Coyotes Blue holding on to this 4-point lead, Cygnus, and it seems like Auburn trying to make something happen here with these strip strikes, but they're looking down the barrel of 3 specials. Yeah,
Coyotes Blue is definitely playing. Then they're very smart. They're not advancing the tower. They're staying very smartly far back, which is what let them avoid things like that triple link strike we saw, and waiting for Auburn to be the aggressors and take the tower. Coyotes Blue know that they have the lead, and they can afford to play patient.
And Delphox gonna run right to that tower.
Yeah.
A beautiful ink vac there again. Wow. Coming up with 2 massive ink vacs in this game. What a couple of different plays there by this Coyotes Blue team to win game number 3 and put this team on the board 2-1.
Yeah, definitely. That was just an incredible performance. Coyotes Blue just played that game so smart. Just playing to cause confusion in the enemy lines, just barely enough without extending themselves. Playing patient once they had the lead and using their specials in a very strong manner. Both teams, in fact, had very good uses of the specials, with the inkjet coming from Auburn having many key plays early on, and then Coyotes Blue on the other hand having that basically a team wipe from the Trizuka along with those 2 crucial ink vac uses.
Absolutely. As we now look towards game well, game number 4 is what's supposed to be on deck, but I think Auburn wants a little bit of revenge on Tower Control Hagglefish, so we'll go ahead and just ready up and cancel the game.
Yeah.
It happens. So
yeah, I mean, we've already had 2 games in a row starting on Hagglefish Tower Control.
Exactly. If that Tower Control Hagglefish game was so good, why haven't they made Tower Control Hagglefish 2? Like, I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Well, we'll go ahead and work on getting that game or getting the lobby here situated. But in the meantime, just in case folks here are not aware, you can go ahead and go over to our YouTube channel as well, where
Yeah, absolutely. It is very exciting, but I think here on this live look, and I think we're about to see another game getting canceled at the start of Game 4, as this is Tower Control on Manta Maria instead of Rainmaker that we are seeing. Yes. Oh, okay, my bad then. My bad. Okay, my bad then.
way back into our match here, which is in fact Rainmaker Manta Maria. I did not even realize that we put Manta Maria as game 4 in both quarterfinals and semifinals, but it is kind of funny.
It is, yeah. Did not realize that one was a quarterfinals match.
Yeah, that one's a quarterfinals match. So Spaghetti trying to break the curse of Division 3 group winners over there. So we'll tune back into that match a little bit later. But Auburn Navy up 2-1 on Coyotes Blue as we head on over to Rainmaker Manta Maria. This should be a fun one. Cygnus, as these teams load in, tell me a bit of what you're seeing with these comps.
Yeah, definitely. Well, immediately I'm seeing another blaster coming from Auburn Navy, but they're switching from the S-Blast over to the Luna Blaster Neo, a pick that I really like for Rainmaker. I think the main weapon of the Luna Blaster combined with the Fizzy Bomb is such an underrated combo in this game, and if you're going to use it in Ultra Stamp, Rainmaker is the mode to use it on. And with Coyotes Blue, we're seeing very similar. They're going back to the Beacon Brain Octobrush and while sticking with that Ink Vacuum to support their tower push.
Oh, and we go with the triple! Able to kick things off in stunning fashion here for Auburn as they will clear the first checkpoint. And it's Delphox once again, last person standing for Coyotes Blue, trying to get the stop here, able to find a double themselves. And honestly, very, very impressive. Delphox, the fact that they're able to just stay alive as much as they do in such, bad circumstances is quite impressive, and honestly I think has been one of the big reasons that Coyotes Blue is able to get some of these stops and turn some defense into offense. So just wanted to point that out real quick because it's crazy. Every single time it seems like Delphox is the last person alive playing from behind.
Yeah, and as an Octobrush of all weapons, you don't really expect to see those being the last weapon up. You see Coyotes Blue coming very close to taking that first checkpoint, but being stopped by Wigo and that Ultra Stamp, which has been causing a lot of trouble for Coyotes Blue so far in this game. But a well-placed suction bomb just denies the gain of that Tacticooler there. Very well done by Coyotes Blue as they do manage to now break through that checkpoint.
Yes, a good heads-up play there. Hey, Auburn left that Rainmaker alone, and now it's our opportunity to strike and catch up, leading the charge for the Coyotes as this Rainmaker is all the way down to 37 points remaining. But Cygnus, as we know, 37 is never safe on Manta Maria. You need to get down onto that last level with the final goal if you want to have a winnable score in this one.
Oh, definitely. I mean, just the whole Rainmaker path through mid can be just so volatile on this map. You could expect to see a lot of bodies trading there. As we see Coyotes Blue getting right back into it. Delphox pick up another double, almost getting a third, but the Rainmaker does go down thanks to supporting fire received from Ketchup, as we're seeing Brian's now taking the Rainmaker under cover of the ink
Oh.
vacuum. Hammer goes down, another kill. Coyotes Blue takes it and evens up the set.
Okay, Coyotes Blue. All right, I see you. I was actually just about to say as well, I thought that it was a mistake that they were picking up that Rainmaker with the Zuka ready, but it didn't matter. They said, we've got the vac, we've got control of Street. Let's just floor it. Like, we don't need the Zuka. If everyone else just goes forward together, we can clear this final goal. And that's exactly what they did. A couple of massive picks there from Delphox, from Ketchup, from Brines. Everybody played a role there in that Coyotes Blue push. And perfect execution.
I could have said it better myself. These last two games is definitely showing why the Ink Vac is one of my personal favorite specials in the game. It allows for plays that just can't happen otherwise without that special being present, and it's not one of the big meta-defining specials or anything, but it's able to affect the game in just such a unique way, and when used in the right situation, can just completely swing an entire game into your favor, as we've been seeing Sunday getting such good use out of it in these last two games.
Yeah, honestly, like Sunday is really putting on a clinic of how to use the Ink Vac. Now the question is it going to be sticking around? I really don't anticipate it in Clamblitz Robo Ramen. It's just not quite the map mode for Vac to be used, but hey, you use what works for you, regardless of what anybody says. And right now, Ink Vac is what's working for this team. So if you want to run it, go ahead and run it. Just it's going to be not as strong as it was on those other two maps, but hey, you do you.
Yep. Yeah, based on what we've seen so far, I'm anticipating we're probably seeing a switch back to the custom Jet Squelcher with that rain. And honestly, playing on Robo Ramen, this is a really good map to have a point sensor on with all those flank routes.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. You know, we always talk about
that it does have toxic mist.
Oh, yes. But still, like, because there is kind of that one choke point where pretty much all pushes have to go through, because that flank is so long that it's just not really worth your time. But it works well for the choke point that everyone kind of has to go through. And taking a look at these compositions, though, Cygnus, Sunday really feeling the back, going to be sticking with it. Double Zuka as well. So Coyotes Blue kind of sticking the same, but meanwhile, a massive overhaul on the side of Auburn.
Just an incredible comp change here. I mean, the range blaster, that's the third blaster we're seeing coming out from Auburn, along with now seeing a Hydra Splatling and a Dynamo Roller. The mobility may not be there as much for Auburn this game, but just the sheer space control and range that they're bringing is definitely something that Coyotes Blue is going to have to be careful of.
Certainly, as early on, we do see just both teams trying to play with a little bit of range, just trying to be cautious, not forcing anything, and we're just seeing small picks here and there. One person down, wait about 15 seconds, another person goes down. So finally, we do see some specials come out, so this could be an opportunity for one of these teams to come up with a push of sorts. And okay, a couple players down on either side. So again, this continues to be a bit of a stalemate early on.
Yeah, definitely reminding me a lot of what we were seeing in Game 1, also on Clamblitz, with both teams just playing very carefully, just making sure to take down anyone who may be holding a power clam early on, as Delphox is getting in the faces of Coyotes Blue, getting that early pick, but thanks to the coordination of Auburn, he's not able to get more and had to back up there.
Absolutely, as the blaster going to be hunting down the brush, able to find the pick. Looks like Sunday now trying to hold anchor position here. Does fall down. Not sure if that was part of the plan there, but will build up a power clam. The rest of the team trying to get control of mid to get some sort of push going, but no, once again, a couple players down on either side. Will be a bit of a neutral game, and Cygnus, if this is anything like Game 1, we could honestly go 5 minutes before somebody scores.
It honestly would not surprise me with just how well these two teams have been playing and how much they understand how to play the objective here on Clan Blitz. As we are seeing a bit of a 2v1 going in the favor of Coyotes Blue, but they do have members going down, allowing Auburn to retake mid. They're hoping to push up there. The Range Blaster has to fall back a bit, but the Dynamo is just controlling a lot of space as Auburn is slowly advancing onto the side of Coyotes Blue and pushing them back towards their goal. And they do have a substantial clam advantage as well.
And this should be the first score of the game. Yes, it is. Auburn strikes first and able to pile in about 5 more clams on top of that to get down to 65 remaining. So a solid push. We're not going to go 8 minutes, luckily, Cygnus. Yeah. So a lot faster to score than in that ink pop. But it still took almost 3 minutes for either of these teams to find that crucial advantage.
Yeah, and getting a score there was definitely big. But the score wasn't that big, really. It's not that big of a lead. With Auburn having only scored 65, 2 power clams will completely flip the lead here, and we are seeing Coyotes Blue setting up a push along with that Inktat. They have a 4v3 advantage. They get a power clam in. They have the second one also coming in. They get it to take a 5-point lead, and they're building it up even further.
And it's a 1v1 between the back lines. Sunday not going to be able to pile in any more clams here, but will slow down Auburn by taking out Game Boy onto Hydra. And this is now... The ball is now in Auburn's court to make a play in the last minute and some change here and try and take back the lead. It's not going to take much for Auburn, though, to get that lead, as they are going to need a power clam plus 3, I believe, to get back the lead. So, first of all, they need numbers, though, and that's just something that is not on their side at this stage. As we will see Missy actually pick up the power clam maybe a little bit early there, but that's going to be a 3-down situation for the Coyotes, and this game is still anybody's to win.
Oh, for sure. Auburn's definitely setting up well. They're once again having that slow advance where they're just slowly getting a kill with the roll mode, which is very fun to see as well. Members moving in together, advancing slowly with those splash balls, just getting further and further into enemy territory, allowing them to score and now take the lead in the final 10 seconds here in game number 5.
Oh, and if this Dynamo can stay alive and pile in that last clam, not going to be able to do so. So this does give Coyotes Blue about 15 seconds to try and make a play. They're going to need a power clam plus 3. The same exact thing that Auburn needed in order to get back the lead, but time is not on their side here. 2 members go down. This clock is ticking away, and it is not enough time as Auburn secures game number 5 and goes up 3-2 in this set.
Wow, just what? That game was just a pendulum. It just kept swinging in both directions. I just wasn't sure who was going to win that whole time.
Absolutely. As I also do realize that the overlay was a bit small there for that last game, so my apologies on that front. We'll make sure that the overlays get updated on this next game coming up. But Auburn up 3-2 in this game. Fantastic job there. You know, it was really back and forth, it felt like. You know, of course, we had that 3-minute stalemate there early on, Cygnus, but Auburn finally was able to break through and strike first. And then from there, it just seemed like we were constantly seeing the momentum swing like a pendulum. And it just ultimately, the last swing within that 5 minutes was in Auburn's favor. I think if Coyotes, you know, of course, if this game went on a little bit longer, I think Coyotes would find another way to score. But hey, Auburn did exactly what they needed to do in the moment to take this series lead.
Definitely, and I really like the way Auburn was advancing and getting space leading to their push in such a coordinated fashion. All 4 members were moving up together. They were using their reach to paint a lot of space ahead of them and throwing splash balls just further and further up to cover. It was like the menacing march up towards the enemy goal, and that approach worked so well for them in Clan Blitz on that map.
Certainly. Well, as we look towards game number 6, I think this is a good time to check in on some of these teams' keys to victory, because this set is really, really close. So Auburn, as they look to try and close out these next couple of games, the keys to victory for them: keep everyone talking. We need to know what's happening and where, and that is just such a crucial key to victory there, Cygnus. People, I think, always underestimate how much communication can affect your gameplay. And additionally, aggressive support and our determination to be ONSU in the finals. You know what? Gotta love it. I know Auburn and Ohio State just are general rivals when it comes to most collegiate things, but hey, that's what Auburn's going to be looking to do as we go into this next game. They're looking for a 4-2 victory. We'll come check back in on the Coyotes' key to victory soon, but these teams are ready to go, so let's not wait any longer and dive on into game number 6 here. It is Splat Zones on Mahi Mahi Resort.
Yeah, this game will be very interesting. As we did also see on that graphic, Auburn Navy does have a 100% win rate this season in Splat Zones. They did win our game 2 on Splat Zones, but Coyotes Blue also has zones listed as their best mode. So these are two teams that know how to play this mode with a plan very well, and I am very excited to see what happens here, as we're seeing Auburn going back to the comp they used in game 2 with the Blah Blobber and the Explasher here.
Yes, but this time it's the Vanilla Explo that's coming out instead from Ken, as opposed to the Splashdown one. So they're going to opt to have just a little bit more rain pressure, which I think is certainly the play here. I don't think that Splashdown gets as much value from a tight map like Mahi Mahi, where just the ledges just don't really seem to work out in your favor. But you know what? Right now, what they're running is working, as they are already halfway through this 100 points to try and secure a knockout. We go trying to find another couple of picks, but Coyotes Blue should be able to flip the zone here, and they will put their first points of the game on the board. Yeah,
very good retake by Coyotes Blue, moving in with that Trizuka. They do have multiple of those Zukas, as we're seeing, and it is just such a good special, allowing your team to move in and retaking the zone here. But we are seeing a very good use of a tri-strike and taking a team fight by Auburn Navy to flip it back in their favor, as they are already getting to work on their penalty.
Certainly, as Missy looking to try build up some trip strikes to get ready for this counter push from the Coyotes. Not gonna be there quite yet, but this Zipcaster is gonna start flying around, trying to make things a little bit more difficult for Auburn, but Auburn is out of the penalty and holds on to a numbers advantage. They are within knockouts reach. This is disastrous for the Coyotes at this stage.
Yeah, this is big. Auburn's doing a very good job to taking control. I mean, we're seeing Wigo and Missy both pushing up on that top right, just delaying Coyotes Blue's advance ever so slightly, and defending with these tri-strikes here as the timer reaches down, and that is game. Auburn Navy takes a 4-2 lead in this set. This next game could be match point.
Absolutely a massive win. I mean, definitely a very strong demonstration in why this Auburn team has never lost a Splat Zones game. They knocked out the 2 in this set very convincingly. I mean, granted, I think that these are 2 maps that are very lockout heavy in a way.
Yeah.
So, you know, especially like B&D, Mahi Mahi Resort, not as locker heavy, but still, if you can find yourself in those right positions, it's so difficult to break through, especially with the bunch of range and just constant paint pressure that Auburn was playing with in that game. So difficult to overcome. But hey, now they find themselves up 4-2, but the good thing is for the Coyotes is that there is no more Splat Zones in the rest of this set. So you don't have to worry about trying to beat Auburn on the mode that they have been absolutely the best at. Even though that was one of your better modes, it's clear that Auburn just for some reason is on another level in regards to that mode. So hey, take advantage at this stage if you're the Coyotes to see if you can complete the back 3 and try and steal this set. It's been done before. So hey, why not them?
Yeah, definitely. And these next two games in Tower Control and Rainmaker, those are the two modes that Coyotes Blue already have wins on in the set. So they definitely have a decent opportunity to swing this back and force that game 9.
Yeah, and as we said before, let's take a quick look at what the Coyotes' keys to victory are to help them dig themselves out of this 2-4 deficit. Notably, they're saying, hey, stay chill, get the kill. I love that. Hey, it even rhymes too. But
Great mnemonic.
Yeah, it is. You're stay calm and just get the picks. Easy as that. But outpaint and outspecial is another great point, and Auburn has been fantastic on the outpainting side. So I think that's one area that Coyotes are going to have to kind of refocus on here going into game number 7. And last but certainly not least, have fun with it, because if you're not having fun, you're not going to win.
Exactly. Yeah, keeping your mental strong is just a massive factor that often goes under the radar in these tight competitive matches. If you're not able to stay loose, have fun, stay focused, you're gonna get worn down, and that will affect your gameplay.
Absolutely, as these two teams diving on in to game number 7. It is Tower Control on Mako March. Take a look at the compositions. No big surprises, but I think the custom blaster is making its premiere in this set on the side of Auburn.
Yeah, how many blasters is that we goes brought out now? Is it 4
honestly,
or 5?
That's gotta be. It's either 4 or 5. I'm gonna probably just say 5, because it's crazy how many different blasters that WeGo is able to play.
Definitely. I gotta admire it, but we're seeing a good Trizuka getting a key pick onto the ballpoint right off the bat from Coyotes Blue. Ketchup doing a good job there and retreating back up his own side. The tower's not moving that far. In fact, Auburn's starting to move up, but Coyotes Blue did get a pretty advantageous trade for their position to stop Auburn's scoring for the time being, but we will see if they'll be able to maintain that control.
Yeah, as the Inkjet does come out there, Ketchup trying to shut it down is able to do so, gets behind the Inkjet, and Auburn maintains control of the tower though. Missy finding themselves in a bit of a sandwich here, 1v3, gonna somehow slip away. I think everybody just took a lot of damage and tried to get out for their safety. So Auburn will actually get control of the lead in this one, as the triple splashdown actually gets activated by WeGo. This tower though will reset despite the 3 down that Coyotes Blue has here. So Auburn a little bit slow to keep this tower moving, but they're in a good position nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely. And WeGo is playing very well aggressively with that custom blaster. Though we are in a 2v2 situation here, and Coyotes Blue did manage to let the tower reset, but it's Auburn Navy once again in control of the tower, as we're seeing a really good flank from Rio, getting behind enemy lines, not being that well detected until it's late. That is 1 down. That's 2 down on the sides of Coyotes Blue, but oh no, we have another disconnect that just happened.
Oh, but WeGo still looking strong here. I think WeGo's gotten like 5 or 6 consecutive picks, and it seems like Auburn is going to try to play this one out. And honestly, I don't blame them. You're in such a good spot. Just see if you can put this one away with a little bit of time that's still on your side here. And with 5 ticks on the tower, they're going to pull it off. Oh my goodness. Auburn secures the game and the set with a numbers disadvantage there, and runs away with it and punches their ticket to the Division 6 finals.
Absolutely incredible. They went down a player to disconnect, and the way they continued to push up, it didn't even look like they missed a beat on that. Just extremely aggressive. We were talking about keeping your mentals as we're heading into that game. That is such a great example. You lose a player to a disconnect, and you just keep going. You push onwards, even knowing what happened? You just stick in there, grind it out, and Auburn Navy got the result. Congratulations to them for moving on and winning this set 5-2. And I gotta say, both teams definitely put on one heck of a show in this set.
They did. It was such a fun set from start to finish, and what a way to clinch it for Auburn Navy. Just not sure I've ever seen anything quite like that in the CCA. So very, very impressive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, Cygnus, with that one. The CCA continues to surprise me with ways that these sets could play out. And that one is certainly a unique ending.
Definitely. It was the second instance of a disconnect in the set, but Auburn Navy liking their position they're in and continuing to play it out, and boy, did that pay off for them as they were able to overcome the odds and win. That just shows just how unpredictable a game Splatoon can be at its core.
Yeah, absolutely. Expect the unexpected, right? So, a great showing for both of these squads, as we are hearing that I think they are going to do a play all 9. So, in true CCA fashion, we tend to just see these teams play out the rest of the set. It's like, hey, we've gotten here to play the game. Let's just play out the entire map list for the fun of it, win or lose, and these teams are going to go ahead and do that for us. We do have a second match that will be coming up in about an hour, so these 2 games upcoming here will be a good opportunities for us to, first of all, fill that gap a little bit, and second of all, just have some fun.
Definitely. I mean, in the end, we play for keeps when we play competitive, but it is a game. Ultimately, we're here to have fun, and that's a big part of what I love about this play all 9 tradition here at the CCA. You get to just let loose and just have fun with the games, often in some very unexpected ways.
Certainly, as honestly, with Rainmaker Crab Leg, I know that these are going to be probably some meme picks that come out here, but part of me is just thinking right now, if the Coyotes were still in this set, the vac here, this is...
Oh, absolutely.
We talked about it multiple times, Cygnus, but Coyotes were cooking with the vacuum, and Rainmaker Crab Leg is probably the singular most vac-friendly map mode.
Yeah, it definitely is. Just it could lead to just such a really good Rainmaker push, especially once you take the checkpoint. Point in particular, it can make a game snowball just so fast.
Certainly.
We'll see.
Oh, great. All right, so, oops, all the Chargers from Auburn.
Well, hey, I guess Auburn's the one with the vacuum this time.
True. So,
Ninja Squid Roller Splat Charger, I'd like to add.
Oh no! Wait, did they actually?
Yeah.
Great, love that for them. Well, this should be a fun one here, as we quickly see a couple of picks on either side. The compositions we're seeing here will almost certainly favor the Coyotes, but Auburn actually doing a pretty fine job here of navigating this all-Charger composition.
Yeah, but now here come the specials from Coyotes Blue, and that is checkpoint number 1, but the Autobomb will get a pick to at least delay the Coyotes Blue push. But we're seeing the Sorella moving in all the way up on the right side near the goal, causing a lot of chaos, distracting the Auburn Navy from the Rainmaker shield being popped as well.
Certainly, as the Umbrella there going to get a nice pick. Rainmaker does get picked up by Auburn, but they just kind of get shoved more into the corner. So this should be an opportunity for the Coyotes to continue their aggressive push here if they can just get back to that Rainmaker, which seems like they will. Yes, they're going to start putting some more pressure on it. But, oh gosh, I forgot the Squiffer has Zipcaster on it.
Right. And then 2 of those, too.
Oh gosh, who thought this was a good idea? Please, someone at Nintendo tell me why.
I don't hate it personally.
It is a silly, goofy kind of fun. I just don't ever see like why you would run this in a competitive composition, but I do think that it is a lot of fun to be able to just zip around with the Squiffer, especially with just how fast it can charge and kill sometimes.
Yeah, just see what kind of crazy trick shots you can pull off.
Exactly, yes. It's literally a trick shot weapon. And honestly, I hope one of these players here on Auburn is able to get something that they clip, because I think that'd be really cool. But so far, I don't think so.
Yeah, we are seeing Auburn does have a Kraken active at the moment, and they are pushing the Rainmaker up, approaching that first checkpoint. There's just one defender or there, and they get splatted for it, but they do take the first checkpoint.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed actually, and they do find a 3-down situation. So this Charger comp actually is making some moves here, able to just line up. Like, you just see 3 vertical lines there on the map. Ketchup really just had nowhere to go, and now we're seeing a possible lead change here if Auburn could just find a way to get somebody on the plan. There we go. It's gonna be Game Boy with the Zipcaster. No, they're gonna get shut down, and this Rainmaker will reset, but Ken's gonna give it a shot as well. Not gonna be able to find it. We go to last one standing with that Kraken. So a valiant effort there, Auburn. Valiant effort.
I'd also like to highlight, I'm pretty sure at some point during Auburn's advance there, the E-leader was the one furthest up of the bunch.
Probably, as we do see Del Fox here on the blaster, able to get a nice quick pick. Gonna be popping that inkjet, waddling across the grates, looking to pick off some Squiffers here. Able to find one, but that is it for now. 1 minute to play, and Coyotes looking to add some more points to the board.
I do also find it funny here how we have 4 Chargers against double inkjet.
True.
And there's Sunday with the KO to finish this Rainmaker Crap-like Capital game.
Yeah, so Coyotes wins the friendly game number 8. So of course, as far as the record books are concerned, this game just didn't exist, but fun to see nonetheless. And honestly, this Coyotes team's got a lot of swag too. So they were nicely. I don't know. I liked how each person had a very different, winning position there, and the style was really nice. So, hey, Coyotes, they might not won the set, but you know what? They won the team synergy battle there.
Yeah, and in general, I really like a lot of how Coyotes blue plays. They stagger and coordinate their specials so well, especially with that double Trizuka comp. In particular, I love the pick of Brides playing the Gluga Dooley's Deco. That's a weapon you just don't see. You don't see too often at all. And I think it's low-key a very solid weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Well, I'm excited to see what they end up bringing out for this 9th and final game. Yeah. So as these teams
Who knows what we could expect now.
Yeah, anything is fair game. So we'll have to just wait and see as they're going to get things sorted out. But real quick, let's go ahead and take a look over at that set that is happening on our YouTube channel.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Mm. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a matter of time until one happens. I mean, they're just so many teams that are just really good at the game and within their divisions. I mean, we've had a lot of just we had a lot of the playoff races come so down to the wire and so many game sevens throughout the season. I'd be very surprised if we don't end up getting at least a couple game nines throughout this playoffs.
Really good as we get ready. Oh,
Yeah.
as we were trying to get ready here for game number 9, but
Gosh, these comps.
are we playing this
Are
one
they
out?
playing it? What?
We might be playing this one out. Hold on.
Well, well, what? Well, Auburn took a win down a player. I think Coyotes wants to try their hand at it too.
I maybe. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. What there might have been just a DC coming into this one, and no, neither team is canceling the game. So I guess this game is on. Who is the best Clash Blaster in Division 6? We're gonna try to find that out here in the next 4.5 minutes.
Along with the one vanilla Luna Blaster that's in here as well.
Shh, they're trying to blend in. And it seems like so far, despite the numbers advantage, Coyotes are actually doing a pretty good job of holding off, making sure that there are no advances onto their plat. Sunday making a move here on that Luna Blaster is going to find the trade. But yeah, we've lost control here in the CCA.
The chaotic power of what can happen in Play All Nines has become too powerful for us.
As Auburn does get their
Auburn
first
does get
score.
the first score of the game.
Yes. 7 clams coming in here from Ken. Gonna be able to pile all of those in despite missing one of them. And this Zuka gonna be able to continue to provide the pressure needed to try to get a couple more clams in. And yes, they will find them. Great picks there. Seeing a little bit, I think there's a bit of lag here as well on the spectator side of things, which is certainly adding to the fun on my end.
Yeah, well, it definitely helps to set. It definitely helps to set encompass just the Splatoon experience. I mean, we're having disconnects, playing things out, crazy comebacks in overtimes, scoreless clams games until overtime. We're seeing lag. We're getting it all here.
You know what? You are so right. And this is why we love this silly little squid game. As we are halfway through the game, another power clam going to be coming in. Oh, sorry, that was jumped back. Chump's not going to be able to find anything there. So it's... I think Coyotes are also just going to be in a little bit of trouble here with the 3 Zukas versus a dozen funny little chump boys. So...
as we see 2 more power clams coming in from Auburn.
Yeah, the special fight here is also going to be a little bit rough, but yeah, another score, 24 points remaining for Auburn as they try to put this one away in a great position to do so. A couple of trades there because that's what happens when Clash Blasters fight each other.
Yeah. Yeah, most certainly. And yeah, I'm definitely a Chumps enjoyer, but there's a time and place for them, and this is not it.
I love chumps as well, and so does one of our staff members, Frosty. As this game will get put away, Auburn wins the friendly game 9. So fun shenanigans here all around.
Absolutely. You love to see everyone just being able to unwind in these extra exhibition games, get a little silly. I know I've done it here before in my time in the CCA. I've had undercover Rella games and stuff.
And these are the games that you remember.
Yeah.
So, well, that is it for this semifinals matchup, though. Auburn Navy wins the set 5-2 over Coyotes Blue and advances to the Division 6 finals, where they will play the winner of ONSU Gray versus Sun God Squad. That match should be taking place during the week here, I believe on Tuesday or Wednesday. So we are going to be trying to get that one streamed as well. I know Auburn is going to be watching that one to wait and see who they ultimately end up facing for that Division 6 title. Coyotes Blue still not technically out of it either, because they still got a third place match to play against the loser of that Sun God Squad Ohio State matchup on the other side of the bracket. So a couple of good matches still to be had here in Division 6, and it should be a fun race to the end. A bit of an update on that other match going on YouTube. Egg Spaghetti has won the set 5-3. And will be the only.
Broken.
Yeah, they did break the curse there in Division 3, the only group winner to advance out of quarterfinals. And they will now move on to face. I am blanking on the team. I frantically try to pull this one up.
Long Beach Black.
No, Long Beach Black advanced to the finals. That was a quarterfinals matchup,
right,
so
yeah.
Egg Spaghetti has to play Goomies. Yeah. There we go.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Yes, how could I forget the Goomies? So Egg Spaghetti versus Goomies will be that semifinals matchup. Winner plays Long Beach Black in the finals. Loser faces UC Davis Splatoon White in the third place match. So a lot of good Splatoon left to be played in the CCA this season, and we still have another matchup coming up here in about 45 minutes. So we'll go ahead and start to wrap this one up for now and invite you all back again in 45 minutes for that Division 2 quarterfinals matchup between WAC and Seminole Cephalopods Garnett. Cygnus, thank you so much for joining me today to cover this Division 6 semifinals matchup. Go ahead and plug yourself. Where can the people of our chat find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at CygnusX1018, and also going by the same tag in Discord. I'm here in the CCA, and I try to be pretty active in a good amount of other Splatoon-related servers as well. I'm always happy to chat.
Awesome.
How about you, DRF?
Yeah, as for myself, you can go and find me on Twitter at DRF_Splatoon and on Twitch at TritonDRF. But, per usual, you can find me right here on the CCA channel, covering all things collegiate Splatoon. Thank you all so much for watching this Division 6 semifinals matchup. The Division 2 quarterfinals are coming up in about 45 minutes, so we'll go ahead and send you all on your way to another channel, restart the stream when the time comes. Stay tuned, you are not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, it's always a it's always a pleasure seeing these intense matches, especially in the playoffs, where just every game often comes down to the wire like this. It's a very exciting time here.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys on the other side of this 45-minute break. See you then.
So long.
You said we let it go.